Hello everyone, my name is Rukaya and I'm here to talk to you about the app called the CyberParent. Now this app was developed by the Australian Multicultural Foundation, and the aim of the app was really to help parents understand what their children are doing online and the many platforms that they're on. So it was done in consultation, national consultation, with women from linguistically and culturally diverse backgrounds. And what I'm going to go through today is really what the app is about, how to navigate the app, where to go for support, and how to download the app. So I know that the online world is really great for information, for referrals, for just some support. So seeking some support, you can get that online. Now, there are also dangers that come with using online platforms, and it's really important and imperative that as parents we understand this, particularly understanding what are the dangers with using the many different platforms, the social platforms particularly. It's really easy, this app, to use. It's really interactive. I'll go through it step by step. It comes in 17 languages, so you can share it with friends and family and anyone you think that this will help with. And also, you can also go through it with your children. I recommend that you do that because it's great and it helps them understand also some things that they probably wouldn't understand, because some dangers are, unconsciously, you don't know what the dangers are. So if they do come across it, they understand and they know where they can get support. So if you have an Apple, please go to your App Store and write CyberParent, and it should come up and you can download it. If you have Android, go on to your Play Store and write CyberParent, and then it should come up as well, and download that. Otherwise, you can go through it on your laptop as well. Just go to amf.net.au, which has our CyberParent the CyberParent site for you to go through it on your laptop or your computer. So let's get started. So once you've accessed the CyberParent, you'll be invited to watch a short introduction. You can press the green start button to begin. If you've already seen the introduction before and you would like to go straight ahead to the home page, you can press skip at the bottom left corner of the screen. So once you've done that, you'll be navigated to the home page. Now, on this home page, you can press next, which will take you to the initial quiz. So there are two ways to navigate your way through this app. One, you can press next and go through the quiz and follow on. Two, you can use the tabs at the bottom to navigate where you want to go. Now, the second part, using the tabs, will allow you to go to specific parts that you are interested in. This is particularly good or convenient for those who've already used the app before and know where things are. Okay. So when you enter the CyberParent app, you'll be promoted to do this short quiz. Now, you can answer these however way you would like, based on what your child is doing. Now, you can also click the small arrow in the top part of the screen, which will allow you to listen to each question. Now, each of these tabs navigate you to different parts of the app. The Learn one is to educate parents and their families about internet basics and some of the dangers surrounding the internet for young people. Practice provides parents with the opportunity to reflect on their own internet habits at home and to introduce safer or healthier attitudes to the internet to them and their family. And Help refers to any internet user to resources, networks, and organizations that can provide further assistance or information to them with respect to the issues being dealt with in the web app. So this tab gives parents an understanding about some basic terms and definitions about the online world. So let's have a look at Learn. So each tab that you click on will take you to a bit of information about what the internet is, for instance, and you can click the arrow on the right, which takes you and gives you more information. You can hear this information if you click this button in the middle that you've just saw, and once you've completed this one, you can always go back to the Learn tab to the beginning, and it can take you slowly to each one. So it's important to understand the dangers of being online, because whilst young people are often particularly good at navigating the internet, they often do not question where the information is coming from. So for example, during COVID, there have been so many messages from many sources through social media, the internet, and all these platforms, and it's really confusing for children. So it is best to access the information from the most reliable source, which is the Department of Human Services Victoria, which also has translated resources. So let's play this section.
Cyberbullying is the use of technology to bully a person or group with the intent to hurt them socially or psychologically, and sometimes also extends to physical bullying. This can involve sending hurtful messages, videos, or photos, excluding people, or humiliating people online.
So you can go through
Young
these.
people on social media often chat to people they don't know and can easily give out information about themselves in an attempt to make friends. This could be intentional or unintentional if they don't have the right privacy settings.
Okay.
Online gaming involves playing computer games online with other people. There can be dangers if young people play online with strangers, share personal information, play games that are not within their age restriction, or spend too much time gaming. Grooming or recruitment is when individuals talk to vulnerable people and establish a close relationship in order to exploit them mentally, physically, sexually, or emotionally. They commonly use social media platforms to target vulnerable and often young people by telling them that they will be recognised in ways they never have been before, and by providing them with a sense of belonging. One example of grooming is where a person shares their extremist ideology, trying to convince others to be like them. Sometimes these recruiters will try to encourage violence as a way of promoting their cause. They can also use religion, political ideology, nationalism, or other motivations as justifications for what they are doing, even though many of their members do not have these beliefs before joining. Regardless of the way in which these recruiters justify their means, the messages that they send to young people are the same: that the young person will be valued, recognised, and appreciated more by befriending them or their group than by engaging with their current community. The reality is usually very different, with many recruiters or groups exploiting young people in a range of harmful ways.
Okay, so once you've learnt all these basic terms and the things that are happening on the internet and the dangers, the best thing to do is to go to practice. Now, practice, you can click on it straight away. And in this section, it will give you an opportunity to reflect on what is safe internet use at home. So we can go through this section one by one. So how much time is enough? And like the learn section, you can play these at your leisure again and again until you really understand each part. And remember, you can always go back to practice and click on whichever one that you want to listen to again. So what are good online habits? So you can do the quiz on your phone. or online, whichever on your laptop, whichever suits you. So let's do this, for instance. So what are good online habits? What are some ways that we can encourage good online habits for our children? I'll give you a bit of a demonstration. So these questions will come up. Like I said, you can play these to hear them, and you can do these at your leisure. There is no time limit. So do you think that the best place for your children to be playing online games is in their bedroom? I will say no.
While our children might prefer to play online games in their bedroom, it's a good idea to have them in the room where we are so we can monitor what they're doing.
It's really key to know that supporting your children and being communicative with them about their online habits is really important. And rather than ignoring or getting frustrated with them, is really to understand your child and develop good habits. So, like I said, you can go through these at your leisure. So, if your child mentioned that they were going to tell their Facebook password to a friend, would you be okay with that? Now, I would say no.
Yes, we know that it's not a good idea for your child to share their personal information, as online actions may be performed by others while impersonating your child. For example, writing nasty messages to school friends or teachers. They should only share their passwords with a parent or guardian.
Okay. So there are a couple of questions that you can go through at your leisure. I'm just going to go back to the main practice screen and go through the next question. So these are some practical tips. Now, it's really important to know that these are tips and not rules, as each family has a different approach to things and has different rules and ideas. So these are just things that we think could be helpful and you could implement in your day-to-day life. So, one of them is so key to relationships in general, and it is about communicating with your child. So talk to your children about who they're communicating with online and how they and their friends behave on social media. And then you can listen through these at your leisure again. So I'm going to go, you can go back, and I'm going to go, what is online speech? Now, I think this one is a fantastic part of the app. And it's really understanding the abbreviated terms and abbreviated things that the children are doing online. So these acronyms are a fast way that your children are communicating. And sometimes we can get really muddled up with what is what and what this means and what are they talking about. It's all in code. So this can give you an understanding. LOL is a typical one, and it usually just means laughing out loud. And it's just a easier way than to show humor and to show that you're really engaged with that person or the person that they're speaking to. YOLO is another one, is you only live once. And that's usually used with kids when they're really being carefree, when they're trying to motivate, encourage certain, behaviors or certain, thoughts or certain, ideas. So, for example, if I know a child who asked a friend, I'm going to be spending $100 on this dress. And the friend said, YOLO, you only live once, go ahead, buy it, enjoy life. So it can be used in multiple ways. Now, there's so many terms here. TTYL, talk to you later. These astonish me how there is so many acronyms for so many ways that we speak. So you can go through these and they'll all explain what they mean. Okay, so like I said, just go through these at your leisure. And then lastly, when we go to help, so we go to help, and this, which is the blue one, and this one is so important. So once you completed, the learn and the practice, the help section will appear. And it really provides links and to websites that can help provide more information about some of the themes discussed in the CyberParent. So if you want to visit the website that is listed, all you have to do is click on the title and it will refer you to the website. So for instance, the Safety Commissioner one that just popped up. So this is this is one that can help you understand e-safety, so online safety. And there are so many that you can go through slowly at your leisure. And remember that if you press the home screen, it will take you all the way back to the beginning where the initial question and initial quiz was. So we had a look at the CyberParent app briefly today, and I would like to encourage you all to go through it yourselves and take time to understand it and understand how it can help you and how it can help other parents. And it's also really important to consider going through this app with your children so you can both together learn together and really have a safe online environment. Thank you for listening, and I hope it helped, and thank you. Goodbye.